So good evening, guys. This is
Hello.
Empress Jack Rabbit,
I'm Tori Boo 151.
and happy Labor Day. Well, it's the end of Labor Day, so I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. I did. Enjoyable time with family and friends.
Absolutely.
We decided we're going to start doing recap
Yep.
of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is the brand new season. Right now, we have some people that are not on there anymore. Let's see.
Fizz.
We didn't see Fizz on there. I don't know if he's coming later on or not.
Right.
You remember there was a girl. I can't think of this black chick name, but she was fighting over that Hispanic dude, and her and Nikki were into it. She's not on there no more. That Spanish dude is not on there no more. Young Bird is on there anymore. Um, I guess Soldier Boy and his girl are going to be on there. I haven't seen them, not this episode, anyways, but they could go too. That wouldn't hurt my feelings. So let's talk about. We start off with April, Tierra, and Monique. They're at the beach being served some cocktails by some topless muscle dude on the beach. Girl talking, and this what surprised me. I did not know from watching last year that April was so caught up with everybody in everybody's business.
Really, I thought she was different than everybody else because during the reunion, her and Omarion didn't associate with anybody.
No,
They
didn't get any arguments. They weren't drug into anything during last season. They basically did their own, and they were struggling with his mother, who wasn't on there. And one time, I think, or twice, her mother was on there.
Yeah.
We didn't see any of them on there, and of course, we haven't seen the baby yet. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Me too.
So what's happening?
So, I guess Tierra Marie and Ray J are not dealing right now. She's trying to get her life right and get it back together. She's allegedly saying that she's not having no drama and nothing like that, but Tierra.
Right, we'll see how that goes.
See.
Monique's got a man. It's a mystery man. Oh, you scared me. It's a mystery man, and they've been going out together for the last 7 months. She met him when she was doing club appearances, and I guess they kept the relationship going. Right. We don't know who the man is.
They're keeping it a secret from us.
Right. Initially, we don't know. So we see Hazel Lee, of course. Her grandfather died, and I know she was supposed to have been with Cat Williams. They didn't say nothing about that.
Yeah.
But it seemed like she was just doing her. Although I'm gonna say this year she looks a lot better. Before she was blended in like a banana with that big old nose and everything. But she has, at least in the diary room, things are darkened up, her eyebrows and stuff like that. When they showed her in the studio, though, she was still kind of light, but she's not that bleach blonde anymore, which is utterly ridiculous. So she looked better to me than she looked in a long time.
Yeah.
But she comes in, and there's a rapper in there, Miles. Mm-hmm. He's rapping. He got a nice little rap out. I haven't heard his music yet, but that song could be good.
Yeah.
And this other dude that's producing. So she came in to the production studio, and they greet her. Miles comes around, give her a hug, says she looks sexy and everything. Mm-hmm. And her and that producer, they get to talking about, this and that, life, and what she not dealing with, and how Tierra had reached out to her because she had put it on Facebook that her grandpa died, and Tierra had met her grandparents, I guess, and reached out to her. So she's saying that she wants the relationship, but just in baby steps.
Right.
So they end up hugging up, and he was telling her how good she looked and checking her out and everything. Like, they might have had something going on or going to have something going on.
Right.
And she left the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Next,
we get to April and Omarion. Omarion's basically still doing his touring, and now he's doing local stuff now. They showed him in the club doing his little songs and talking about "Supposed to Be," which is, of course, we all know a big hit.
Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be dropping another song off that album.
Yeah, and April's talking about she wants to start slowly getting back into life with Omarion after having the baby, and getting closer to him.
She ends up coming to his rehearsal with some other guy in there. He left. She ends up having on some lingerie and stockings and garter belt, and she didn't ever really come all the way out her coat, but she opened it enough for him to see it.
Right.
Sat on his lap and just talked about how she wants to make sure that she's putting in what he's putting in terms of the relationship. To keep the relationship strong, because sometimes the baby can sometimes be a roadblock to the adult portion of the relationship, which they have found been the case. And so they got a babysitter for the baby and spend some quality time together. And then April is going to have a pamper party.
Yeah.
And this what I thought was kind of snakish. So when the ladies are on the beach talking, Moniece, April, and Tierra, they're talking about Princess. And I guess evidently Princess had went down to New Orleans with Ray J, and they got into a big fight, and she got arrested. Well, as from his side of the story, she got arrested because he had some strippers up in the room. And when she came back, which I don't know who does that, he had got a separate room. He was supposed to be out to go get her some soul food.
Right.
And he snuck up and got a second room.
Right.
She located him and came in with strippers and whatnot in there. And so, if you know Princess, she started wilding out and fighting.
Right.
And when the police came, she took the blame because Ray J's on probation. So, he could be ended up serving time.
Right.
And so, that's what she did for him. But she says she's over him.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like that. So we do get a glimpse in their little relationship. She invited, he came over.
Right.
And she's like, oh, Ray J been wanting to see me, and fine, we'll do the talking thing, whatever. And he's doing what most men like his kind are doing, all the, I'm sorry, baby, and he knew what it was with me. And then he had the nerve talking about, well, you didn't give it a square. I'm like,
right.
What's that supposed to mean?
What does that mean? So
like,
they end up meeting the next day on some yacht that I guess he rented or whatever.
Right.
And they got to talking, and she said that for them to get back together, he needs to get rid of his single bachelor apartment.
Right.
And she explained the reasons why, because basically that's where the dirt go down. And he said, okay, no problem, I'm going to get rid of it. So now here we are back with Moniece, and she's headed to the airport to pick up her friend that we don't know who it is. So next thing we know, we see some dude with some tennis shoes, some kind of capri looking pants up high or rolled up high, some bare ankles. And lo and behold, who should come out?
Benzino, like
Rich, not Benzino, it's Rich.
Yeah, I get them two mixed
from
up.
Love and Hip Hop New York. And he looking old and ashed over. I'm more than shocked that this is her new love interest. They smooching up and whatnot. He ends up having bought a little puppy, talking about it's our puppy. She hugging it up, talking about that's our first baby. I'm like, don't say this stuff to this crazy bitch, because next thing she knows, it's gonna be fighting over that dog.
Right.
But they get in the car, and I guess she wants, where if he gonna stay, she wants it to be out by her. And
right.
They kissing, and he looking dry. He finally lick his lips, and it look nasty. Like, really?
Look nasty.
That's who you with? But, so, okay. Now, we don't see them anymore, so I guess they go ahead and do what they gonna do.
Right.
But now, we meet a new person.
Yeah, meet the rapper Miles and his girlfriend. Was it Alana or something like that?
Her name was Amber.
Amber
something, because she had an album out they showed. And it's like she wants the relationship to go back to where it was, or the way they used to be and all of that. And he said, basically that he cared about her, but, he's moving on in his life and stuff like that. Okay. So when Hazel is in the studio talking to the producer, okay, Miles' producer, and he's talking about, he got somebody he's seeing, he thinking about getting married, having a kid, and he got he loved Bay and all that. Yeah. We're like, okay, well, and I didn't even know he was on the show. Now he's part of the cast.
Right.
So, but I don't know that. Okay. I thought just some stray person that she was kicking it with.
Right.
So then, the next thing we see, he goes home.
Yeah, he goes home. He takes a little shower. He's doing his little monologue thing for the diary room. And we see him, like, I guess, pat somebody on the butt.
Right.
Like,
and crawling in the bed.
Yeah, we're like, okay, we're going to see who this is.
Right. But whoever it is, they up under the covers and stuff. So we can't really see. Next you know, the person turned over Baby, it is Miles in the
We were
bed.
screaming. We were
I
screaming.
could not believe it.
We was
So
like,
this
what?
dude is a gay producer, gay rapper,
Right.
and they cuddle up in the bed, and we were screaming.
We were screaming because I so thought the producer and what's his name, Hazel were
trying to make
just
something
so
happen.
Right. I'm like, okay.
And then I thought that obviously he talking about Bay and getting married and having kids, and he's so in love. It's some woman,
Right.
but it is not. It is some man, and if whatever y'all gonna do in your bedroom, I feel like that's your business.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't care about
not. I'm not
that.
hung up on that. But it was quite a shock.
Right.
Okay?
Mona Scott, you got us.
You got us. They got us good. So they showed a bit of that, and they didn't show very much of it. Like,
Yeah.
I guess they wanted to desensitize us,
Right.
You know,
Before
to it.
we like dive into the actual relationship.
Right, right. So then we see that at the pamper party that April throws, Princess is there and a couple other chicks, and then in comes Tiara. Then Tiara and Princess talk it out, and they decide to be friends in spite of Ray J because they know how he is.
Right.
And Tiara says she hasn't been through the ups and downs with him and all of that. And Princess is not trying to defend him or try to act like, well, that was you, that's not me.
Right.
They really seem to have gotten along and come to a good place.
Right.
So now the next thing that we see is Ray J is in this apartment with these strippers and these dudes,
Right.
and they got thongs and big booties and they go tatas covered up, and
Right.
it was just very
Extra.
Okay, very extra.
It was extra. Apparently, he lied to April saying he was gonna be late in the studio and don't wait up for me and all this kind of stuff. Never said nothing about the apartment. But April, because they talked about the apartment when he came over that first time, so she had an inkling that he probably at that apartment. So she shows up.
She shows up. She goes in the door. I guess she must have had a key.
Yeah.
Or
She
Mona
walked
Scott
right
didn't
in.
have the door unlocked.
Right, 'cause
She
you walked
just
right
opened
in.
up the door, and there Ray J was, all yuked up on these heifers and
Right.
doing the most. And she gets like a little bowl of water, and she throws it at him. So he's shocked to turn around to see she's there, ask her what she doing and all that, and she's finding plenty of liquid to splash on them.
Right.
She started calling them all kinds of stuff, high hoes, high thoughts, whatever, whatever. And he's just shocked. Next thing you know, somebody tried to say something to her,
Said
and
your feet ashy, some shit.
right, yep. And then that's all she needed.
Right.
Because it don't take much for Princess to want to fight everybody. Can't fight nobody, but want to try.
Right.
And so she runs to try to fight. They got plenty of security guards there. Of course, they don't they don't get to fight. They break up her and this other chick. Then this other stripper took off her stripper boots, called
Right.
herself
I'm
trying
like-
to get into
I'm
something.
like, girl, you were half naked. What are you gonna do?
And they hold her back as well. And they end up showing her and Ray J, and she's like, I'm done with you. It's over. Whatever. And she leaves out the door.
And Ray J tripping. Well, you wanna know who I am?
Right.
This is who I am.
Right. That's exactly what he said. Because she was saying, you'll never show me who you really are. She's like, he was like that. If you want to know who I really am, this is me. This is how I do. This is the way I turn up and all of that. So, in other words, he basically told her that this is me right here.
Right, it's my
and
lifestyle.
Right. If you want to deal with my lifestyle, you're going to have to deal with this. And she left. Do I think she going to come back to him? Yes. Do I think she going to deal with that lifestyle? Yes. Because she really wants to hear anything that he wants to say. And with ladies, we've all been through that with somebody. We know they lying. We know they up to no good. But we want to hear them say they're not going to do it again and all of that. And you know in your heart of hearts that they are. And you need to be out of that situation because you're wasting your time. She's a pretty young girl. She can probably get most anybody that she wants. And she really needs to let it go and move on.
That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. How was tonight's show?
It had some good moments. Overall, I give it about a 5.
Yeah, I would too. It wasn't their best moment, but it was their introductory moment. So you expect that to be a little bit slow.
Right.
They surprised us with Rich Dollars. They surprised us with the gay dudes.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see how it's going to unfold because Amber, that new rapper chick, I think she's going to be quite a thorn in the side for Hazel E.
Yeah.
Because Hazel E thinks she look all good. And when she saw Amber, she said, oh my goodness, she everything but a face.
She was like, eyes was all off, and then her head and her neck were like all one thing. They didn't look separate. It was
Right.
It wasn't right.
She didn't look good. She really didn't. But she had a nice body, and that's what dudes go for. So we'll see how that's going to play out. And Rich Dollars, I don't know. I don't know. You know, because they so phony that I don't know if they really have a relationship, him and Moniece, or he got kicked off of New York and now they picked him up and put him on this one. I don't really know, but we'll see how that's going to unfold because Moniece likes to trip. And she's kind of cuckoo, crazy.
Right.
And that dog is going to be able to send her crazy ass over the edge. So we'll see. Because she said her relationship with Dre is good and the little boy is good. But she wasn't dealing with them. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, comment,
subscribe,
thumbs up. Expect to hear us next week. By the way, I saw there was a good movie going to be on VH1. It's called The Breaks, and it's about New York City rappers in the 1990s, and it's got Mac Wild and Wood Harris and others on there. So be there to check that out. It's supposed to be out this fall. We're definitely going to check it out. We'll definitely review it for you and give you a recap on it. You guys have a great night.
See ya.